Ben Delphin, what's up, buddy? Okay, so on the right, that's just an algorithm right there. He's the king. He's the canine handler.
98 left, take 19. 10-4-605.
That's the press button. What's up, buddy?
Or chill out.
Claudette. Okay, today is Monday, April 28th. The time is 4:11 p.m. You're watching Press for Transparency. We're in Farmington, New Mexico, off of Cooper Street. Some sort of reported disturbance that happened here. The officer on the right is just an algorithm. And then the officer on the left, I don't remember his name.
Subjects in the back of the business with the employees wanting trespassing.
Put on the right.
Standby, thank you. 308 Daily Drive.
108 Drive.
Standby.
Right now we're about 30 feet from the nearest officer.
Stand by for an ATM. He was ATM vehicle from 21 from Cherry Hills, 30th Street, coming looking for a newer Corvette Sting Bay traveling at high rate of speed, crossing lines, gray in color, glossy finish, driving erratically, braking. Vehicle from 21 from Cherry Hills, 30th Street, looking for a newer Corvette Sting Ray, gray in color. Vehicle is traveling at a high rate of speed, crossing lanes, driving erratically. RP lots of 1610.
I'm not totally sure why they were standing around. But you could probably guess that there's an investigation going on. Just Julian looks there. Some sort of sobriety test, some sort of field sobriety test. I would recommend that people never take a field sobriety test if you're on foot.
Can I give her a hug?
See, this lady's being arrested.
I told you to go back to not easy. I told you to go back to not easy. Can I give her a hug before you put her in?
This is sad, guys. So whatever they're doing to this lady, it's not for her best interest, I'll tell you that. Taking her to jail, I guarantee that them taking her to jail is not in her best interest. So these people, they're just going to bring more harm to this situation. Whatever situation was here before, they have made it worse, for sure. For sure.
Did you have traffic?
You're watching Press for Transparency. The date is Monday, April 28th. Time is about 4:18 p.m. You're watching Press for Transparency. So they are taking a woman away in handcuffs. And we can all take a very educated guess on where they're bringing her. And it's not to a place that will improve her life or her family's lives. So the man is saying he loves her. There's obviously some domestic relationship there. Justin Algren.
Yeah. Trespassing around here, I guess.
They don't know what they actually charged with this. I know they gave me the.
No, it was trespassing.
What they got for?
Around here? I don't. We were just walking by. Well, there was a complaint over there at the park. And they said that me and her, yes, we were arguing like any other couples.
Yeah.
You know? But we're making our way this way. And they stopped us here.
What did they cite her with?
I don't know yet.
They wouldn't tell you, huh?
They didn't tell me.
Did she have a warrant?
Nope.
That's messed up, man.
There was that little sobriety test. You see that?
I saw that. You're kind of facing the sun.
And she's the most sober one than me.
Did they tell you that you were trespassed?
No. But they took her. They took my wife.
You didn't hear
I'm
what
sorry.
the charges were, or anything? Any warrants, anything?
They didn't tell me.
So they just took this man's wife off of Cooper Street. They didn't tell him what they were charging her with. She didn't have any warrants. That's messed up. So that's why we're out here, you guys. We want to show you what modern policing is all about.
Well, what he said, they were free to go when we showed up. Did you hear him?
No?
He said they were free to go. And I think he kind of was saying something to each other again, him and his wife, and they turned back around and decided to do a eye test. And,
Really?
yeah, so
I wonder if she was on probation.
I'm thinking they got her for.
Can we ask what's going on?
I don't know.
A woman just got taken away by police, and her husband didn't know why the cops took her away. They gave her a short sobriety test. And earlier there was some sort of disturbance at the park.
Yeah.
This part right here?
Yeah.
Did you guys call someone?
The police were just here.
The police were just,
You guys there? Did they take her?
They took her.
they took her away. They didn't tell his,
Okay.
They
Is
didn't-
he confused?
he's,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can't, was she white? Was she Hispanic? What was she?
She was a Navajo, I think she was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You guys, do you have a badge number?
No, we're independent
No, but
journalists.
did you guys get their badge number?
Well, one of them was Justin Algrim,
Justin,
who's the
okay.
canine handler.
Okay.
And-
you guys were witnesses, call their supervisor, ask to speak to them, because I can talk to him and see what's going on, and I can report it too as well.
I
What did you
appreciate
say
that.
his name was?
Report what though?
It's confusing. Why?
Yeah.
I don't understand why you guys are recording. Like, it's confusing. Like, we were just concerned because it doesn't seem like it was a fair takeaway,
Exactly.
and you guys are recording, so you guys could get a response out of that. If it wasn't fair, it is illegal. She has rights.
Totally. That's why we're here. We're concerned about modern policing, and you know, we just came here to observe and record and publish our.
Do you know if they got, like, they read her rights or anything? Did they read her rights?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I didn't hear. What he told the officer, the arresting officer, told them that they were free to go once we showed up. But I think they kind of argued, they said something to each other. That's when the other officer kind of put his hand on her husband, and that's when he came back and did a small sobriety test. And I guess she failed that test, and they put the handcuffs on her.
That makes sense. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
See
we.
if I can catch up to him
Okay.
and see if he's okay.
But you guys understand what we're doing, right?
Yeah, we do. Of course. God bless you guys.
Appreciate it.
You guys are doing God's work.
Thank you.
All right. You guys be careful.
Thank you. Same to you.
So this is,
See, they know what's going on. I mean, luckily, at least they know that there's something fishy going on. And
right. It was, even though we were here with our cameras, like I said, when I came up and when they seen me with the camera, it seemed like he wanted to get out of here right away, and that's when he said, "Oh, you guys are free to go." And when it seemed like they got into a little argument again, a small argument, that's when the officer put. Did you see him put his hand on the gentleman?
Well, no, I didn't see that. I
Yeah,
saw.
He kind of put his hand on to kind of separate them.
Yeah, well, it looked like he put his hands on her neck, and he was like trying to kiss her, right?
No, I'm talking about the officer. When
Oh.
I kind of said something when the husband said something to his wife.
Yeah,
The officer kind of put his hand on the gentleman. And
yeah, I saw Justin Algram.
Yeah.
That was really suspicious.
They didn't even read her Miranda rights. And the male officer went and patch searched her real quick, too. Isn't that supposed to be a female officer that does that?
I don't know if it's required, but usually they try to have a woman do the pat downs and the frisks, or whatever, like searches of the people before they get booked into jail.
Right.
What's up, Brandon Mitchell?
You guys go over and you guys don't know who Press for Transparency is. This is Press for Transparency out of Durango, Colorado.
Heck yeah.
Does good work. I keep on getting them mixed up with Press Harder.
Right?
Press for Transparency.
Yeah, I noticed that.
All right, y'all, I'm
Sci-Fi
gonna-
Bri, the video guy. What's going on? So what we just saw was some sort of disturbance. Like, I mean, it was the aftermath of a disturbance at a local park. Let's see. They walked over here. They were like sitting somewhere around here, like maybe on the wall right there or something. And so the cops came after it was called in. They were interviewing them. They were talking. And then there was like some physical touching going on between the married couple. What it looked like Officer Algram separated the two with, physically and just like with threats and coercion. And then they decided to give some sort of like field sobriety test to the woman. And then all of a sudden, that officer or that sergeant, he handcuffed her, put her in the back of the vehicle, and then took her away. And they didn't tell her husband what they were arresting her for. So that's kind of suspicious. Like, what was going on? This is an interesting social interaction with you guys too. Just seeing all this go down. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely more of the story we don't know about. She didn't put up a fight when she was getting arrested. Yeah, thank you. Our goal is not to get arrested in the name of our rights. We don't want to do that. I mean, we're not going to interfere, obstruct, resist. We're just out here video recording what public officials are doing in the neighborhood, right? And there's lots of these interactions, you guys. We see a lot of questionable interactions with our public officials out in public, and we want to record it, so that's what we're doing. That was a good one. I mean,
yeah, as soon as he seen us, it seemed like he just wanted to get out of here, and he told them they were free to go.
the arresting officer.
Yeah, because he was
Okay.
he said, you guys are free to go. He was getting back in his unit, but I think the couple kind of were disagreeing on something still, and that's
Yeah.
when the other officer told him to, put his hand on his side
Right.
and
Okay.
told him to stop, and then the other officer came back and decided to give him a sobriety test. Like, looks like a quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just telling my viewers to not ever do a field sobriety test. But in New Mexico and Colorado, you are, in some instances, required to do a breathalyzer if you get pulled over and they suspect you of DWI. So it's the field sobriety tests that I think are questionable, and you should probably just not take those types of tests. Exactly. Don't play roadside Olympics with the police and their silly games. Thanks for stopping in, Brandon Mitchell, Wingspan Angel. Oh, cool. You're on Four Corners live stream. That's
Yeah,
cool.
they were over. Appreciate you guys' support. Supporting the Four Corners Fishing Deal, and back over here on Press Transparencies. Right.
Heck yeah. What's up, Tack?
And we had a couple young ladies that were concerned about what happened too.
Yeah.
They must have been sitting down here somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah, they stopped and said, hey, what happened? We questioned the validity. I mean, basically, the ladies that pulled up, just stopped to talk to us, they were questioning the validity of that arrest, just as we were, and telling us we should call in and not get a supervisor. Yeah, I mean, you don't understand how little power we have to really affect any change or keep an unlawful arrest from happening or get people out of jail. We are basically just video recording like the downfall of society with, like questionable policing in our society, and we just want to show you what's going on so that you can make, so you can decide for yourselves what's going on.
And here at Farmington, they love to use that obstruction.
Yeah, they abuse the resisting obstruction and delay ordinance, and the local courts will
Back them.
they'll back them, even if it's BS. They don't acknowledge civil rights the way we do. That's for sure. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Bill. The fact that the officers did not inform her husband of anything after the kidnapping is ridiculous.
He was lost himself. Yeah, he said they didn't tell him anything at all.
Kidnapping is Bill's phrase. I mean, maybe it was. I haven't called it that yet. I gotta be careful with my language, and I'm just trying to show you what's going on. We're gonna get going though. It looks like people are dropping out, and I think the story's been told. So, thanks for joining. It's Monday, April 28th, about 4:32 p.m. Thank you all for joining. Four Corner Fist in the air, and I have a good one. So they're looking around, trying to figure out how to retaliate. That's what they do, guys. They are looking to figure out how to stalk us. So they're gang stalking, basically.
We definitely know what they're up to. They called for another unit.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's what they do. It's just like any gang. They want to surveil us while we surveil them, and then they want to figure out how to retaliate against us.